how arise and shine, let thy light be.
Right.
We're the ones that's doing that.
Right.
Okay? Because there's only one light, baby. And the light, we got it. The one and only true light, we got that light. Okay? I don't know what all these other geezers is talking about, but I know for a fact. Okay, I know for a fact that we got the light. We got the truth. Okay, go on, brother.
It's Isaiah 16:1, and it says, "Arise, shine, for the light is come."
There you go.
And the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee.
And it says the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. So that's showing you that the Lord, that's why it tells you in another verse, it says that when two or three in the midst, I am in the midst of thee.
Right.
So the Lord is showing his glory before the brother. Okay? Whether we know it or not. Go on, brother.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
And you just read that, didn't you? It says, darkness shall cover the earth. Because we're in that dark land. But guess what? That light is going to come through that, in the midst of that dark land. And we got the light. Go on, brother.
And gross darkness the people, and Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Right, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And that's what's going to come next, that spiritual power. Okay? Now we're going to revert back to the main point of the matter. Because now what we got to understand is we got to really dissect the whole term virgin. What is that going into? Metaphorically speaking, what is that referring to in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter? Okay, go on.
Say Matthew 4 verse 16. The people which sat in darkness saw a great light.
Boy.
And to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up.
Right, light is sprung up.
Reading on. From that time, Yahweh Shai began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's the light right there. Don't we say the same thing?
Right.
Of course. So by us coming out here, what are we out here to do? We're out here to gain the elect out of the midst of our people. The so-called black, so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, man. For whatever consecutive tribe you may be. So that's who we're bringing out the word to. And telling them to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That's why Paul said, it says for, matter of fact, if you can get it, Baba Kusha, I'll tell you what you get it. Because he's got so many scriptures. You know
I'm reading a scripture right now.
Okay, yeah, go on.
This St. John 3. But you can tell me afterwards and I'll get it.
Yeah.
St. John 3 and 19.
You can get that one after. Yeah, go on.
And it says, and this is the condemnation, that the light is come into the world.
Right, so it says, this is the condemnation, that the light is coming to the world. Go on.
And men love darkness rather than light.
Men love darkness rather than light. That's talking about the 2/3, man. Because the light is only for Israel. The light ain't for everybody out here. Now, if you're an Edomite, light ain't definitely for you. Okay, you're gonna be destroyed here, and you're gonna go right to slavery. Okay, and the word Edomite, when I say the Edomite, so that you understand, which you should already understand by now, because we've been out here for freaking years already. The Edomite is talking about a so-called white person, man. So they can't receive the light. They cannot receive the light because the Lord set them up to bring about what? Darkness. That's the order, man. That's the order how the Most High created it all to be. Okay? So now that we've got that sorted, now we're going to revert back to this now. You're reading something.
Oh, just finishing off. Because their deeds were evil.
Because their deeds were evil. And Jake knows that they're evil. And that's why they don't want to come to the light, man.
What's the scripture you wanted?
Yeah, give me Romans 13. Romans 13 and I believe it's 11. That's why Paul said what he said, which we're saying the same thing.
What time to wake up to sleep?
That's it right there. Let him finish this one.
It's at Romans 13 and 11, and it says, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right, knowing the time that it is high time to awake out of sleep. So how do you know that it's time to awake out of sleep? Just by us being out in the street. Okay, by us wearing these weird garments and bringing out the word of God, the gospel, as the world says it, but we call it the word of Yahushua. That and alone is a signification of the end to come. By us being out here. Okay? Go on, brother.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Our salvation is nearer than what we believe. And that's what all of our people are supposed to believe in that. But they don't want to believe in that because they want to believe in the ways of this world. this dark world, man, which is going to lead them to destruction. It's going to lead them under the freaking soil, which is literal darkness. Because once you bury somebody, right, 6 feet deep underneath the soil, when you put all that dirt back, it's nothing but darkness. If you're alive, if you're in there, it's nothing but darkness. So here it is, our people, they're spiritually darkened, but they're literally going to be in the dark or underneath the soil. You see? Yeah, so that's it on that, brother. Yeah, we really got it. Come on, right. That's that hell. That's what the hell's talking about, man. Go on. The hell is the grave, so that you understand. That's what it means. The Hebrew word there, shower all, which means the grave. Go on, brother.
Proverbs 20, verse 12. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, Yahweh have made even both of them.
Okay. So what was that for?
But that's because the Most High.
Oh, right. I know you're going with this.
Make, like I said, the deceiver is the deceived, and the deceiver is his. And the Lord, He created the seeing eye and the hearing ear. So whoever He give it to see the light.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay? And to hear the words of the light. And to whom He didn't give it to, cast into our darkness.
Yeah, that's it. That's why it tells you in Isaiah 6, the Lord made their ears heavy that they don't hear, made their eyes shut that they don't see. See that? So it's all working in conjunction. And see, you know, when you know what I mean, when you speak certain things, right, that ain't scriptorial, or Salaki, let me reiterate what I'm saying. If you're saying something, right, and the precepts don't back it, that means you're going off. That's why we have to go on this guy, this dude from Milwaukee, okay, down there in America, talking about how the virgins are 144,000, and that means that those men are gonna have sex in the kingdom. Okay, but we're gonna seal the deal. We're gonna seal the deal right now, man. Okay, we're gonna make sure everything's cleansed. We're gonna deal with this. Go on, brother.
Proverbs, set back to Proverbs 7 and 8. Passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house.
Come on.
In the twilight, in the evening.
Right, in the twilight, in the nighttime. Go on.
In the black and dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot,
right,
and subtle of heart.
And you know what as well? Even I'm gonna just be real, man. A lot of these young jakes you see out here, a lot of them really like harlots, man. I'm gonna just be real, Jake. You know, an average young Jake ain't looking for a decent woman. They're looking for a straight up hoe, man. That's what they're looking for. I'm gonna just be real. Okay, that's just what it is, man. But Jake ain't on that level where he takes himself seriously in the mind, you know, and within himself, and get his life in order, get himself in order. Because if Jake was about getting himself right in order, you know, a lot of these Jakes would get back to the truth. Okay, if they were serious about this situation. Okay, and that's why it tells you, man, that our people, they stay on oppression. Because if you're not sorting it out, if you got an issue with your world or whatever it is that you're doing, okay, you gotta try and sort that situation out to the best of your ability. Unless if you don't sort it out, then that means you come to accept it. And a lot of our people, they've come to accept this degradable state, man. And it's already the curses. It's really the curses. They can't do nothing about it anyway. But at the end of the day, we've come to realize that we was off, man. We was off, and we was hanging around in the wrong place at the wrong time. So that's why we come back to repent back to the Lord. But the Lord gave us the willpower and the mentality to look at ourselves that we're wrong, and that we got to come back right. Because that takes a lot even in itself. A lot of people don't want to even look at themselves in the mirror to see, you know, them demons lurking out of them, man. You know what I mean? But we're able to do that. So that's by the will of the Heavenly Father. Again, whosoever resists the will of the Father, all things go by His will. Okay? Go on, brother. That's what we got to mainly understand anyway.
And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot,
okay,
and subtle of heart.
And subtle of heart.
She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
Now see, this is twofold. You can apply this to an actual woman, but you can also apply this, which is really referring to the philosophies. Okay, go on.
Now she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. 14. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face.
And you know what it says when she kissed him, right? Because he got the first experience of being a Muslim or being whatever religion he got involved in. He liked it from the jump. Like he really felt for that religion, and he really went in. Because if you notice, right, Muslims because I noticed this with certain Muslims, right, or any form of God that comes in this religion, what they'll do is I mean, they'll be the best religious guy they can be, whatever that religion may be. It could be Islam, but I've seen Jakes. Like I remember a couple of years back when I was teaching in Shepherd's Bush, and this one Muslim guy came up, and he was an Israelite, of course. He was from one of the tribes. He was a Benjamite, okay, because he was from one of the islands. He wasn't from Trinidad or Jamaica. He was from one of the islands. And you know, I asked him. So I said, "How long you been a Muslim for?" So he said he's been a Muslim for 4 years. Okay, so when you look at Jake, right, that gets into that Islam, and he's new in that belief system, he'll go all the way out. You know, he'll walk around like he's in the Middle East. Okay, he'll talk like you were saying, brother. He's an Arab. So that's that woman that kissed him. That was his first experience of being in that religion or that particular philosophy, whatever that philosophy may be. Okay, go on. That's what it's going into. The strange woman is going into the philosophies, man. Now what we're gonna do, once we read this, then we're gonna revert back to Revelation 14. It's my bad. Go on, brother.
I perfume my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love into the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is not at home. He has gone a long journey.
Right, the good man is not at home. He has gone a long journey. And that good man is talking about the Lord. Okay, that's what that good man's talking about. Because the good man is not in the midst of the elect. He's in the midst of the men that signed right. Remember that. Okay? Go on, brother.
You have taken a bag of money with you and will come home at the day appointed.
Yeah.
With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield with the flattering of her lips.
Right, because you got a lot of religious leaders out there too. Okay, that will speak. And the way they speak so eloquent. You know, and so alluring. You know what I mean? So that's what you got going on, and a lot of people that will be deceived based on the speech that God gave. You know what I mean? Like for example, you look at those people in Jamaica, right? A lot of those people, they became Rastas because they saw the drums and they saw the whole ambience, the whole entire setup of that religion. Or they probably heard a Rasta man speak his madness because his mind's clouded in freaking marijuana smoke. So they probably was hearing what he was saying, and he got introduced. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear my locks and, you know, and burn up the weed, you know, because that's the religion. That's that religion they believe in. So they got introduced to that, and they got juiced in.
Cult of personality.
Huh?
Cult of personality.
It's a cult of personality.
Reminds me of a saying camp.
Right. And I know what you're talking about too. Yeah. It's actually two of them, two camps. Like, go on, brother.
Listen. Ye have taken a bag of money with him. I will come home at the day appointed.
Right.
So much fair speech, she caused him to yield with the flattering of her lips.
Right, she caused him to yield in. Yeah. Go on.
She forced him.
Yeah, you go on.
1 Timothy 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Right, so it says in the latter times, which we're in the latter times today, which is why you're hearing wars and rumors of wars, like Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, okay, and who else, man? The president of China, and they all. I mean, you always read these articles how they're preparing for war. Go on, brother.
Iran and America have beef now.
What's that?
Iran and America have beef now.
Right, and that beef, because they always had beef, but that now, what the brother is saying is, it seems to be as it is right now, is that that beef is now being revamped again, because we're in a time of war anyway. So whatever sort of war, okay, the Most High got sanctioned. That's what's going to take place in these latter times. But to revert back to the point, this isn't a latter times. Some shall depart from the faith. Okay, but just by us being in the latter times, what did Yahweh Shai tell the 12 disciples? He told them, he said, look, okay, when you start seeing false anointed ones and hearing wars and rumors of wars, then that's when the end is going to kind of somewhat come. Okay, because we're not at the end yet, but based on us being at the end, we're hearing wars and rumors of wars. So we're literally living through the things that Yahweh Shai has told us about. Okay, because we were amongst the apostles at one time. Go on, brother.
Some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits.
Right, giving heed to seducing spirits and what? Doctrines of what?
And doctrines of devils.
And doctrines of devils, man. Like that guy that we getting on right now. He's talking about the 144,000 men. They're not gonna have sex. That's a doctrine of the devil. Okay, that's a devilish doctrine. The word devil means deceiver, man. So yet he was being deceived and deceived. Okay, but if you're not a part of the elect, because see, I used to worry, right? You know, that's why we all gotta. I used to worry about how a brother teaches the word, because I was thinking about how, okay, let's say for example you don't know the truth, right? Let's say a brother may know the truth, but he's not really on that level to understand it thoroughly. You know, you would worry, you gotta make sure you teach the scriptures the right way, because you don't want to mislead the people. No, you don't. You can't think of it like that no more. What you gotta understand is that if you're, let's say for example you go off, right, or you're a guy that goes up, okay, in terms of preaching the gospel, and that person gets deceived. He was deceived because he was meant to be deceived. Okay, he was meant to be deceived. And if you're teaching the truth and the guy comes in, he was meant to receive the truth. Go on, brother.
And doctrines of devils, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Right, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Yeah. 1 Timothy 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Right, and it says some shall depart from the faith. Like we're talking about this one guy again. He departed from what? The faith. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure he don't go out. And if he does go out, he's probably back in some secretive area somewhere. So he's already departed from the faith. Giving heed what?
And giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
So that's a seducing spirit. Okay, especially when you have this mentality and you think that, oh, I got a new revelation, brother. That's a seducing spirit, man. That's what that is. Go on, brother.
That's that whole.
Yeah.
That slutty.
That harlot woman.
She came up. You don't mean to cut the attire of a whore. She was seducing. And it sounded appealing, like, yeah, well, you know, J-Boy looking for something that matches up to what he believes in.
Right.
Like rapping or we're all equal, all the same. You know, you're humans created by God. You know, we're all equal. Something that Jake already knows that he relates to.
Yeah, but it's not always what you can relate to, man. It's what's real and what's gonna get you in the right path. And that's what Jake don't get. But, you know, like we said again, Jake is already sealed to be destroyed. The majority of them anyway. Going on.
And it said forbidden to marry. So I'm showing you that what is marriage? Sex.
Yeah.
That's what constellates the marriage, sex. So that shows you that you're 100 forbidden to marry. So that's something that you're not supposed to do. That's something that's in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits. So part of that seducing spirits is sex. Well, you're not meant to have sex. You're not meant to marry.
Right.
You're not meant to have sex. We're all meant to be virgins. So when we get delivered.
Nice one.
So that's literally, he's a part of that. That nigga that there, he's a part of 1 Timothy 4, the 4th chapter, man.
Right. The Milwaukee bald-headed milk dog, man.
He's a part of, you know what I'm saying? So I was about to say that.
But yeah, man, but
I don't say this.
no, that's a good point. That's a very good point brought out, man. It's a very good point. You know, but yeah, I think he's somewhere on that, Proverbs 7. I want to touch on the last scripture, then I'm gonna have the brother speak.
What did we jump to? Proverbs 7.
Yeah. Proverbs 7.
Can I bring my little precept? Like, I had it on standby from timing.
Okay, you're going. Go.
Where's Titus? Where's Titus? Yeah. Titus chapter 1. Titus chapter 1 verse 9. Holding fast the faithful word as he have been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said the Grecians are always liars, evil beasts, slow bellies. This witness is true.
And this is out of the Bible, man. You see how precise the Bible is, because you got these sort of men today. Okay, go on.
Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith.
Right. So it says what? It says rebuke them sharply, right? So it says to rebuke them sharply that they may be sound in the faith. And that's why we get on a lot. That's why we at the Great Millstone, we get on a lot of guys. You know, and we put his face so that the world can see him, the world of Israel can see this idiot, okay? That's to make certain brothers, them sound in the faith, to understand, look, don't be like that guy. Don't play the mark of that particular person, because he got outed, you saw his consequence. Okay, go on.
That they may be sound in the faith, not giving heed to Jewish fables.
Right, which that goes back to that woman again. The Jewish fables is that one. Okay, a fable is something that's made up or a lie. Okay, go on.
And commandments of men that turn from the truth.
Right, and commandments of men that turn from the truth. So it got us talking about 144,000 because he sees the word virgin and brother, they not gonna have sex. But that's not in the scriptures. That has nothing to do with the gospel. Has nothing to do with what. I mean, we can get countless of precepts, okay, announcing that whole bullshit ass doctrine he's bringing about. Okay, but you know though, brother, I don't want you to go all around our places. I gotta let the brother get it in. So I just want you to go a couple of precepts.
Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving, there's nothing pure.
Right, it's nothing pure. And the ones that are defiled in the mind, those are the ones that are going to be deceived out of the truth, one way or the other. Okay, but they're not virgins. Okay, but the men that are pure in the mind, they're what you call the virgins, man. Metaphorically speaking, like I said earlier, okay, as I started the camp, a man cannot be a virgin because a man does not have a vagina, okay? Now he could be celibate, that's about it, but it's metaphorically speaking. How he likens the whole nation of Israel, okay, which we represent the nation of Israel, the elect, as a delicate, comely woman. Because the Lord is starting with the elect first, that's what I said. Like that. Go on.
And unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled.
Right.
They profess that they know the Most High.
Right, they profess like they know the Most High, like that one geezer from Milwaukee in America. He professes, he's got the beard. Okay, his beard is bigger than certain brothers in the camp and elsewhere. So he professes. So he professes that he knows the Father and he's with the Father. Go on.
They profess that they know the Most High.
And the word profess means to also prophesy, to speak. So he's speaking the words of the Lord, okay, which he's out of this Bible, but he's perverting it. You don't even know it. Go on.
When works they deny him.
In works they deny him. And he ain't out, and I'm confidently aware, I'm confidently sure, I could be wrong, but I'm confidently sure that he ain't out in the highways and the byways. And if he is out there, he's probably speaking in some old secretive community, some secret backup bush area somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? So he ain't really doing the work of the Father. No, go on.
So it said, and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
Right, and to every good work, he's void of judgment. He's through. Like this guy over here, see, that's the spirit. He's a reprobate. You know what I mean? Because I done told that dude, look, brother, you gotta repent. He's walking past like everything's cool. Nah, bro, it's gonna be cool when the missiles start hitting your ass. And then you're gonna get it back all over again. That's when it's gonna be cool. Okay? So, brother, go back to what you got before, Proverbs 7.
Proverbs 7, verse 22. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till the darts strike through his liver,
To the dog, strike this.
as a bird hasteth to the snare,
Come on.
and knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children.
That's what he's showing you right there. It says, hearken unto ye, my children, the Israelites, the elect mainly though. Because those are the men that are gonna hear that voice. Besides them, they're gonna come before the Lord. Okay? Go on, bro.
Let's see.
No, take your time.
Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth.
Yep.
Let not thine heart decline to her ways.
Right, so that's it on that. So it says not to depart from the ways of the Most High. Yeah, so
It said, let not thine heart decline to her ways.
Right.
Strange woman.
right. Strange woman. See, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna read Revelations 14, and then I'm gonna just let another brother get it in.
Revelations 14, verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, that no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Okay, go on.
These are they which were not defiled with women.
Right, refers to that strange woman, metaphorically speaking. Okay, in Proverbs 7. Those multiple different strange women. Go on, brother.
For they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
That's what made them pure.